Hey guys, I just wanted to go over some of these bear changes real quick in season 3 because they're a bit confusing to me. Um, First, Rage Drive fixed an issue in which following up with certain moves will cause opponent to become turned around. This just seems like it's going to make combos more consistent because there were some combos that they'd be airborne face up, feet away, as compared to the typical face up, feet towards that launches would give. So it just seems like it's going to be less problems trying to convert, which is good, I guess. Hunting 1+2 changed opponent's behavior when hit while downed. This move in Season 2 currently hits grounded, so to me this reads as not going to hit grounded anymore, and that's a bit confusing because in certain situations you'd be able to get that as follow up to stuff like if you did running 1+2 in hunting stance and they didn't back roll, you could get a free hunting 1+2. Obviously not guaranteed because it's back rollable, but still it was good damage to cash out a little bit in certain situations. Hunting down forward 1-1 changed damage from 24 to 20. This move is a safe mid-high, but it doesn't jail, so if you recognize the down forward 1, you could just duck it. I don't really know why this would get a damage nerf because this also brings down combo damage. This move already wall splats, and it's really good in the hunting stance mix at the wall between like low swipes or hit confirming this into a wall splat. But it's just really weird to see that the damage went down on it. Hunting down forward 2. This move is like, I think, minus 17 right now on block. Big launcher that for some reason a lot of people just didn't launch because I guess they don't recognize it. But now the pushback is nerfed on it on block, which I already don't even really think was that much of an issue. But now it's especially not an issue. Here, the biggest change to me is hunting down 1+2. Changed opponent's behavior when move lands as a counter hit. This was a counter hit launcher before, obviously, one of Bear's best tools. In Season 1, it was -7. Going to Season 2, they changed it to -9, so you couldn't, get away with pressing buttons afterward. You couldn't, do the hunting stance 3+4 armor move afterward to try to sort of gimmick people out and steal a turn. Now, if this doesn't launch on counter hit, that's pretty insane to me and a really confusing change because that was one of Bear's best moves in hunting stance to force pressure. It's really weird to me. I don't see a reason to take that away, especially because they changed it to -9. But I don't know, it's weird. Up back 1+2 new move. It looks like the last hit of the 1+2 string that Bears currently have. Last hit is, I think, -18 on block. Hopefully this new move isn't that bad on block because that would be really pointless. They changed the command for the unblockable. So before Bears unblockable was in Tag 2 it was back 1+2. And they changed that in Tekken 7 for the Rage Drive to be back 1+2, or Rage R to be back 1+2, and so they moved this to up back 1+2. But now this new move is up back 1+2, so they changed Bear's unblockable to back 1+4, and the next change obviously shows that with the roll cancel that you could do for up back 1+2, now back 1+4 into all that. Back forward 2, damage reduction by 3 points. This is one of Bear's best whiff punishing tools. Safe high launcher. It can hit from freaking range 2. I don't understand why they nerfed the damage instead of doing something like making it a full homing move because the tracking can sometimes be inconsistent based on ranges. I don't get it. Bears already had good damage output, so I guess this sort of tones that down, but at the same time, that was sort of Bears' reward for playing neutral right because it's already a bit more of a struggle for Bears compared to other characters. But whatever. I mean, it should be still like high 50-ish damage off of this. I think you get around 60 for the typical B&B off of back 4-2 right now, so it's not the end of the world, it's just really confusing. Rolling 3, this move currently knocks down. It's Bears rolling low. Pretty much all the roll moves can be sidewalked anyway, so this isn't really that important. They didn't really need to change anything with roll because it was already easy to get away from all that. But now if Bears don't knock down on rolling 3, then it's especially whack, because before, if somebody was trying to stand a block rolling 1+2, the big rolling launcher, they could at least get knocked down by the rolling 3. And I always told people just hold the low, because that knockdown really isn't the end of the world compared to the big launch. Now if it doesn't knock down, what's the point? Whatever. I don't know. I don't get it. While rising 1-1, damage changed from 25 to 20. This was Bear's 13-frame wall standing launcher. Sort of similar to the hunting down forward 1-1. In Tag 2, this knocked down, and in Tekken 7, it's I think like +4 on hit. Really good chunky damage for a wall standing 13-frame Punisher. Now that's toned down. I don't get it. Really weird. Damage nerfs seems like all across the board for Bears. The last change is to crouching state. In certain situations when Bears were crouching, people are already complaining about the evasiveness of Bears against certain lows, because their hind legs sort of stand back a bit. But now that really doesn't affect crouching state. Before, like, if you tried to crouch block something, sometimes it would just make a low whiff. Whereas now it doesn't seem like it'll be the case. Like, if I try to crouch block, a random low with poor range, like maybe like a Fang down 4, for example. I don't know. Just something that's not like a really big range. You would just make it whiff, and you could get like a full launch off of that with wall standing 2 if you wanted. Now, clearly, that's not going to be the case. I don't get it. These changes are really confusing, and I don't know how Bears are going to look in Season 3. There was a lot of stuff I was really hoping that they would get. The delayed second hit on down back 1-2 would have been great. Some more tracking would have been great. Better sidestep obviously was never going to happen because of it being this late in Tekken 7's lifespan. They weren't going to change something like that. That would be a really big system change, I think. But this is like really confusing. I guess we'll see what happens.